Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Green Nurse Podcast, where we bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing. Rise and shine. It is a Green Nurse, Jamie and Sherri time. Let's get started.
Good morning.
Get this show on the road. Here we go.
Let me change the paradigm of healthcare.
The Green Nurse is a holistic cannabis nurse that teaches on the endocannabinoid system and the safe utilization of cannabis and other progressive tools to help people reach a better quality of life.
I'm the founder of Holistic Caring. We're based here in California, and we do educational programs and case management for patients on how to use cannabis therapeutically as a medicine.
We're also here to decrease stigma around what it means to feel good and be high, hence the H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing.
As the founder of Holistic Caring, I basically oversee the whole ship, and what we're doing is progressive education.
Cannabis actually supports all 11 organ systems, our immune system, and all the neurotransmitter signaling systems that give messages to tell our body to either do something or not do something. Because the plant was prohibited, it prevented health professionals, doctors and nurses from learning about cannabis as medicine.
I want to change the paradigm of healthcare and us paving the way into a new vanguard of medicine. And I'm excited to really bring this into light. There's a company called Cannabis that we're merging with, and we will now be doing global education.
It's about education, it's about empowerment, it's about teaching people how to feel good, bridging the gap from what they're not getting from traditional medicine, utilizing different plant medicines, adaptogens, tips, tricks, hugs, and nugs of information to support and nourish the most important system in our body.
And it's a lot of soul work, a lot of love, a lot of discipline, and meditation. I'm using my life work as a testimony to others to learn how they can be their own hero and then go help heal the world.
And we are, as nurses, the game changers.
Joy,
Changers.
Game changers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You have a nice fun cup. I didn't even bring my fun cup on the show. Next time.
I got a smile on my face. It's a beautiful day.
That one
I'm
and
gonna smile at the world.
Angel by the Wings I keep listening to from your Green Nurse Road Trip. I think that was Denise's Green Nurse Road Trip on Spotify.
Yes.
How you doing, Cher?
I'm doing good. Welcome, Miss Jamie Rollins. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for
Good.
having me on this lovely, what is it, Thursday?
It is Thursday, December 2nd, the only
December.
Thursday, December 2nd, we are ever going to have. And so I'm really, really grateful that you are here co-hosting with me today. You are one big, beautiful badass in the community of plant medicines, cannabinoid therapeutics, and psychedelics. So for our new viewers that are out there, will you just introduce yourself? Let everyone know what you're doing in the cannabis space, as well as the psychedelic space, because as we all know, or actually if you don't know, cannabinoids help to support psychedelic therapy. So Jamie, welcome to the show. I'm going to pull up your beautiful profile here.
Isn't that funny? Like we have to pause ourselves for exactly what you just said often and see everything with a beginner's eye, because we'll say something like, as you all know, and then realize, well, actually, maybe not everybody knows. Like,
Not everybody
so I love that
knows.
you just caught yourself, and I continue to do that as well. The pause and be like, maybe they don't. Look at all those beautiful green nurses, lovely faces.
No, right? Here we go. And then here you are. Boom.
Here's me. Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Jamie Rollins. I am a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for about 17 years now. Can't believe that it's been that long. I focus most of my career in community health, home health, and hospice. Did just about every position in those specialties. Also had a lot of experience with psychiatric nursing in child, adolescent, and adult. And I ended up in this space because of a personal injury and my back from nursing. Ended up in the system, doing the meds, doing the whole thing. And at 27, I was looking at a course of like surgeries and nonsense and pain. And I said, there's got to be a different way. Has to be a different way than how we're doing it. And I went and I found that different way. And now I'm 11 years out from not needing surgery when they said I would. And cannabis was really kind of my gateway into not only my own health, but my gateway into the career I was always seeking and didn't know I was ever even seeking it. I never really liked nursing, the whole paradigm. I felt like I was lied to from the beginning of what our role was and what our responsibilities and duties were. I did not like the hospital environment. I did not like it. So I was seeking at about year 5 to get out and find something else. And cannabis was my way out. So now I share with other nurses how to develop their holistic side and their business sense so that they can take those amazing transferable nursing skills. Our skills are amazing. They transfer to business. We just sometimes need a little guidance. And we do that in the space now with Sherri, with the Green Nurse, with Nurse Grown Organics. I'm the affiliate director for that company. I'm also the chief nursing officer for Keta MD, which is psychedelic medicine that is legal in the United States. Oh, goodness. Oh, there is that.
Oh, there you are.
It's a minute, I think. So that's our website. Check it out. We're not launched yet, but it's coming.
Yeah,
we're coming.
I mean,
So yeah, so I've been blessed to be connected with these amazing nurses like Miss Sherri here and really pave my own way in this industry. But the beautiful news is for anybody out there, like there's so much abundance in this space. Everybody has room to pave their own way. So that's me. I don't know if I went over, but it's always
no, you didn't go over, girlfriend. It's
wrap it up. Say who you are in 2 minutes.
No, this is just important because there's a lot of new nurses, there's a lot of new people that are out there that are looking at cannabis, that are looking at cannabinoid therapeutics, that are looking at can they incorporate this type of thing into what they're doing, in their current field of practice.
Yeah,
and so it is. So they people need, they need to understand that, Jamie, you and I have been around for a while, and there is some way for every single person that is interested in utilizing this plant personally or professionally to get involved. Absolutely. And that's the part that's so good, is that we have that capability of showing and telling and explaining how to do that, because you think about it, this has never been done before in the history of humankind. Cannabis is medicine being bridged into the conventional system and really starting to be open about it is new, and it's scary. And so what have we done as like the game changers or the change agents is we've just gone out there and done it. We just do it. We just do it. We just figure it out.
We just started doing it. And I think, Sherri, that's the biggest thing we coach nurses or folks that are not even nurses, but folks that are getting into the cannabis space. We coach about that confidence and just getting out there and doing it. Like perfect, it does not need to be perfect. Sometimes it's better done than perfect. Go out and help the people. That's the reason that we're doing this. Don't be afraid to go out and help people. Share your knowledge with what you have now. Go out and help people, and then you figure out how to monetize it in certain ways by selling product when you're educating. So sharing product. And if you buy from a nurse who's selling product, you're supporting the nurse and the education that he or she is providing.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so, the whole connection, the cannabis connection. So this is why we show up and we do what we do. Number one, I was talking to Tasha, and Tasha is our vice president of programs. And so we were really looking at, she wanted to ask, because we were thinking about nurses, why are nurses coming in here? You guys have been around for a while. What was it that drew you to cannabis nursing? And, number one was I never knew that I had an endocannabinoid system. That was number one. Number two, it saved my life. Well, actually, I should switch that around. Number one, it saved my life. Number two, I never knew I had an endocannabinoid system. And number three, the National Council of State Boards of Nursing put out that call to action that all nurses, advanced practice nurses, and nursing students must have 6 essential areas of clinical knowledge when it comes to cannabis as medicine. So the cannabis connection, you think about what we're doing here, plant medicines, it is 100%. We have the capability of bringing in new ways of helping patients. We are in revolutionary times with how we change and approach and take care of patients utilizing progressive tools. So what we're going to talk about this morning, and then we're going to get in more to, because it's Throwback Thursday. We're going to talk a little bit about history and nurse grown organics, because we're going to focus on nurse grown organics, because nurse grown did not get the love that I wanted nurse grown to get on Thanksgiving when we did our show. Our show on Thanksgiving was great. It was fun.
Well, I'm always happy to talk about Nurse Grown. So if you want to talk about Nurse Grown, we can do that.
We are. Mm-hmm. They're doing some amazing things. So the cannabis connection. So what we do, you hear us, every morning. We have Carrie Lee on, and we talk about the daily 5 to Thrive. I'll have Green Nurse Denise on, and we talk about energized living and our 3 Ps. Prayer, positivity, protection, play. And so what we like to do is we just like to shift the perspective, have people just to start to think about things in a different way. And so today we're going to talk about the cannabis connection and discussing self-regulation, which is managing self, and co-regulation, managing yourself within the space of others, right? So you think about a lot of self-help and relationship advice encourages us to be totally emotionally self-sufficient. And I know I've read many times in many places that I should remember that I don't need anyone other than myself. Well, the reality is that simply isn't true. Human beings are social creatures. We're social animals that have evolved nervous systems literally built for strong connection. So our sense of connectedness in our relationships is extremely important for our capacity to feel safe in the world. So think about this. Our connectedness in our relationships is what allows for true independence, because we know we have a safe space and a safe place to come back to and be soothed when we need it. So I think there can be a lot of what we call subtle shaming of this healthy interdependence. And I think it's important that we look at these types of messages with, and to really sit back and say, you know what, it is okay to need other people. It is okay. We need to learn how to be connected in a healthy way and regulate with the most trustworthy people so we can be heard. You think about what people are going through today. There's a lot of trauma that's happening in the world, with all, I call it the multiple pandemics. And I'm just going to parallel it just a little bit to my story. Being a nurse in the space, being a nurse in the conventional system for a long time, being self-sufficient, a single mother of 3. I have 3 kids, across the spectrum. I have a daughter or a son that has a disability, right? And so I thought I had to do it all myself. And then when I got sick, I couldn't do anything. And then my sense of self, went down. I lost that connectedness to who I was, because who I was completely identified by what I was doing. Right. And so what have we found over time is that we need connection. We need to ask for help, and the most rewarding work has been in that recovery of learning how to self-regulate so I can co-regulate, manage myself in the space of others. So Jamie, what is your experience?
Well, I was just thinking when you said that, something that's come up for me in the past is like, thinking about that idea of codependence, of needing someone that almost like an obsessive need, versus that severe independence, which is kind of a trauma response, to think that you need nobody, you can always do it on your own. I went through that, absolutely. I think we that might be a broad statement, but I think we've all had an experience where it's like we feel like we're the only ones we can depend on ourselves, and it's finding people you can trust in your community to co-regulate with that, that severe independence. When you need help, you have it. So, when you're so think about some things like this, like when you're by yourself and you get sick. It's most people want to be left alone, but when you are sick, you need help. You need somebody to bring you soup, somebody bring you fluid. Like, it is so much harder when you're alone. So it's like that severe independence. I don't know. I just think that, we overrate on, time by yourself, take time to get to yourself. Completely get that. But I need people in my life. I need this time away where I can disconnect completely and have my bubble and refine my energy and be like, oh yeah, this is mine, that is not. But I need people. I love to hear people all around me. So and then in that space.
Yeah. And so it's healthy and normal to need people, right? When we think about self-regulation, co-regulation. So the co-regulation is the process in which 2 nervous systems of 2 people find attunement and resonance. This is all about energy, right? And so we are physiologically soothed by feeling safely connected to someone that we love or someone that we care about. So we need to learn
that for a second, because you and I both know like that we've walked, because we're attuned to energy, we can feel it. And when we approach people, we can sense,
Oh,
but
yeah.
don't you just like, isn't it like a high when you like connect, when you meet somebody for like the first time and you can actually feel that like their energy like is in the same space? Yes. Like it's visceral.
Rush.
You can like
It's,
feel it. Yeah.
I can feel my heartbeat in my toes.
Yeah, that's a really good description. I
You
love
get that vibrating.
that. We're in
Yeah.
the same essence though. On the other side of that, I've also, met people started like, even before I talked to them, I could feel their energy that was not real. Yeah. It wasn't real
Good.
jiving kind of, hey, welcoming and inviting. It was more of a push off kind of, do not approach me. So yeah, pay attention to energy, the subtleties in those non-verbal communications are super, super interesting.
Exactly. So our nervous systems were built for relationships. Well, I'll tell you, we all have very fragile nervous systems for sure. How can cannabis help us? Right? How can cannabis step into the world? How can we step into the world of cannabis and utilize this as a tool? So if you think about it, cannabis helps us to connect back to ourselves and our bodies. Right? It's a great tool for connecting people together. How many times have you been out, Jamie, when you've heard someone say, "Oh yeah, I use cannabis," or "Oh yeah, I like to inhale," or "Oh yeah," you can smell it, and
Follows. Yeah.
but it's almost as if there's that instantaneous connection,
Mm-hmm.
right? For people that consume cannabis or use cannabis medically or for whatever reason they use it, there is that underlying connection.
And it's
You know,
peaceful. It's a
it is.
peaceful energetic resonance of, that's usually,
Yeah,
my feeling on that
yeah,
when you gather a group of
yeah.
people. I think cannabis too, for that connection piece, the world can be hard. We can get cynical and in our heads. And when you sit with the plant and you make it almost ceremony at the end of the night and you can sit there and reflect. For me, like yesterday, I had just so much gratitude came up with my medicating. And that's the part that instead of alcohol or other stuff that can just down you, like cannabis just always give me that hope, that little flicker of like, we're all connected. You were loved. Everything's good. Look at all you have to be grateful for. Like,
Yes.
yeah, it is. It's a switch. Flood your
I mean,
endocannabinoid system and then,
yeah,
a little bit of bliss.
I love it. I
Yeah.
do. I love it. And think about too is many of us have a hard time asking for help. So what cannabis showed me through watching it grow, through cultivation, through being in the garden, through handling it, right? Cannabis showed me that it's okay to ask for help because you know what? When the cannabis plant gets help from the earth, from the sun, from the skies, from humans, it grows and flourishes, right? So this is what we do. We take care of the plant. So I always scratch my head and I'm like, you know what? If we all took care of our bodies the way we take care of our animals, the way we take care of our cars, the way we take care of objects that we own, wow. So cannabis shows us how to grow and how to heal. Cannabis helps us to build resilience. What does resilience mean?
The ability to keep coming back each time a little bit stronger.
Just a little bit stronger.
Rising Appalachia, I think that's the group, has an amazing song called Resilient that I absolutely love. Some great lyrics on that. Yeah, resilient.
Cannabinoids, adaptogen. So an adaptogen helps us to build resilience. Cannabinoids work on, as we talk about, all 11 organ systems, our immune system, and all the neurotransmitters. My favorite word is pleiotropic, working on multiple different physiological systems all at the exact same time. So I truly believe that hemp and cannabinoids can change the world one puff at a time, one plant at a time, one seed at a time.
Simple.
So yeah. So now we're going to get into a little bit more of some hugs and nugs. And Jamie, you were talking a little bit earlier, and I really, we're here to promote companies that are doing the right thing for patients. As nurses, we've been in the space for a while as cannabis nurses, and we're also patients. So we've been utilizing this plant, figuring it out. It took me almost 2 years to find the specific products that I liked, that worked for me efficiently. So what we've done as nurses is we're trying to decrease that amount of time to help you reach those new levels of wellness by choosing products that are good for you. So Jamie became involved with Nurse Grown Organics. I'm going to pull this up. And we're going to talk about the history of Nurse Grown Organics, your recent visit there over the past weekend
Yeah.
with Clean Green, and then talk a little bit about some of, the products that you like to use.
Yeah, well,
So here we go.
I've got a little, this is perfect timing. So, with Nurse Grown Organics, Jessie Lynn, I met, had to be 2018. And she had started this amazing, her and Matt Leonetti started this amazing hemp company. And they were really focused because of Jessie Lynn's amazing ethics and commitment to patients, that they have the absolute purest possible supplementation from hemp. They grow with the Clean Green certified, which is higher than a USDA organic standard labeling. That is the highest standard for pure. And Nurse Grown Organic stands out because of the fact that they do third-party lab testing. Jessie Lynn is dedicated and committed to making sure that the product that they grow and the product that you get is as absolutely pure, without any sort of like heavy metals, any sort of residuals of molds or mildews or even pesticides. Heavily tested, so that we know that we're getting our product in the hands of people, because most of us as nurses, our clients are sick. So we need to make sure that the product is, absolutely as pure as possible. So, I mean, that is their focus, the Clean Green certified, the third-party lab testing, and that really is what makes us stand apart, even from other people in the marketplace, the green nurse marketplace, is really that focus on purity.
Yeah, purity, potency. We look at everything here. It's really, really important for us as clinicians to make sure that, patients are taking medicines that are going to work. We can shorten the time needed for you to get the results that you're looking for through education, through choosing.
And really, it's truly that third-party lab testing that is like, it really does need to be the focus. It can't be the cannabis company who's doing their own testing. It's just not, you have to, they have to send it out. And I tell this story because this is the level of ethics that they have. They grew, they had a crop, and there was a potential, not even like, it was still under the values that the lab said was safe, but it still showed up. They threw out an entire harvest.
Wow.
Because they refused to have their standards subpar. So when I say like this, they are willing to basically put themselves at risk and in debt to be able to make sure that their clients and our patients, are not compromised. So I don't know there are really not, I'm not sure many other companies, when you're talking that amount of money in cannabis, are willing to just throw away literally money, throwing away money, so that they make sure that they're committed to the people that are using their products. So that is, I can't stress that enough. That's just, that is why I back them. This is why I share with them. This is why I recruit for nurses to sell these products, because in my humble opinion, they are the best on the market.
They're very, very good. Well, what are some of your favorites?
So I just got a bottle of the CBG that they came out with. So I'm super excited to start trying that. But some of my favorites, quite honestly, I love the capsules, and I love the bombs and the massage oils. So what I love about these, they're teeny tiny little like sample bottles. So like, if you're a massage therapist, little upsell, for your massage, CBD massage, 1 bottle per person. So she, Jessie Lynn was a massage therapist. She is a massage therapist. She's an herbalist. So this is her wheelhouse in developing these formulations and these products. And they're easy, and they're pure, and there's no fancy, no fanciness to them, and they're all organic and vegan. So she really does go the length. But yeah, I'm she has a CBDA. What I love about the Nurse Grown products is that there's multiple cannabinoids. So it's nice to have other than just CBD, because you and I know that like a little CBD, a little CBG, maybe a little THCA or whatever it is, the combo can make a really big difference in whatever it is we're trying to manage symptom-wise.
Absolutely. And also too, it keeps the cost down. The more of the plant that you use, the variety of cannabinoids, it's going to keep the cost down. So we've had patients that have come to us that have been on Epidiolex that are dosing way, way high, up into the 800 milligram range, and it hasn't been working. And so what we've noticed is with these parents that come to us with kids, we start using other areas of the plant, the CBG, the CBN, the trifectas, all of it. And then then the Epidiolex starts to work better, and then they don't need as much. They start to dial down.
Anything to do with a full spectrum like idea, Sherri? Like how isolates maybe aren't the best option, but
Yeah. I mean, isolates are better than nothing.
it's
right?
better
But
than
if
nothing. But when we talk about pharmaceutical sales and pushing, a pharmaceutical, why just not use the whole plant? I know why, rabbit hole, but
agree. Yeah. So what we have here is I want to plug my girl Elizabeth Mack. She is the CEO and founder of Holistic Caring, where all the green nurses are housed. I love her. And look at this fun little slide. So she has created programs for patients, providers, licensed health professionals, and industry professionals. So there's 50% off all of those programs. And she's also created programs for patients. And so they're condition-specific programs. There's a CBD and wellness, which is all of wellness and how to incorporate cannabinoids into your life, helping you to figure out different CBD choices. Cannabis wellness for moms. That's a new program that just came out. And it's paired with a book written by Danielle Simone Brand. And it's a best-selling book called Weed Moms. Then there's other ones such as cancer in cannabis, autism in cannabis, epilepsy in cannabis, neurodegenerative disorders in cannabis, Alzheimer's in cannabis, autoimmune in cannabis, chronic pain in cannabis. So we have all of these different programs that are available for 50% off. So really, yeah, really, really good. So if you're interested and you're new in the cannabis space, and you don't need to buy anything, just come to our community. So we have at Holistic Caring, if you go to the website, www.holisticcaring.com, and when you pull up, I'm just going to see if I can do this really quickly. You can get into the community for free. So Jamie, you've been into the community. What is that like for you?
It's nice. It's because it's off of like a social media platform, it's easier to, feel free to be able to talk more openly, I think, about different, areas of what we're dealing with in cannabis medicine. But it's easy. It's nice to connect with everybody. You're funny. It's great to like get in there and be able to. Are you still offering the free program in there as well?
Yes, this is what it is. So you go to the website, holisticcaring.com. Right here, it says join our network, start here. This is it. This is where you go. It's free. Join the network. It's gonna give you a little prompt to get in. And then when you come in here, you have this homepage, all the members, about topics, events, specialties, portal, program. So we have a free introductory to cannabis course, free patient portal, free patient support group, book club, and you don't even need to own the book. And all of us nurses are there. So
really, if you haven't yet gone in there to take the free class on cannabis, I encourage anybody who's watching this to just do it. It's free. It's free information to go in and educate yourself further. And if you are looking for a great gift for a nurse in your life, you may want to get them a Holistic Caring class if they're interested. Buy it for them. Nurses are so bad about being like, I really want to take that, but hey, I don't know if I deserve to pay the money. Buy it for a nurse in your life. Be like, hey, I know you're interested in this. Here's this class.
Well, the other thing that Elizabeth offers is gift cards. So you can go right on the website.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that. You guys offer gift cards? Fantastic idea.
Give the gift of cannabis, a consultation or a program or an energy healing session. So we do a lot of different things. So we really encourage you all to go check it out. Well, Jamie
Lee, Jamie Curtis, Jamie Lee Curtis. You call me whatever you want, Cher. But will you do me a favor when you get off this? Will you send me some Healy love to my back when we're done here?
Absolutely. Energy,
my Healy dealer.
Yeah. So Carrie Lee and Denise and Michelle, all of us.
Michelle does a Healy too? Oh, I need to jump on board. I need to get a Healy.
Kathleen has one. So
I need my own for my own needs.
We all have these little Healy. So for people that are new and watching, we do energy healing. So not only do education on cannabis and coaching and consulting, but we do have energy healing. We're Reiki masters, reconnective healing practitioners. Myself, Denise, Carrie Lee, Michelle, and Kathleen, we all have these little Healy machines that are microcurrent devices that are class 2 devices approved by the FDA for chronic. Yeah, really, really interesting. And it has a quantum sensor, so it can scan our bioenergetic field and deliver frequency vibration for healing. Good reminder. Thank you for letting me plug that. We offer that service as well.
It was totally selfish. I just wanted some. Yeah.
You want some, you want
I
some.
just want some Healy.
Yeah, Wayne, I will put the link for the free chat course in the chat as soon as the show is over, so I'm not flubbing around. Good morning, flubbing around, I know. Good morning, Carrie Lee. Rise and shine. She woke up late. All right, what did you do last night? Delta 8? Little extra Delta 8. So we want to say thank you guys all for joining us today. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be on at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Who you got tomorrow?
Carrie Lee's going to be on tomorrow.
Yay!
And we're going to be talking about a subject that I've been wanting to dive into for a while, but haven't. But it's going to be an ongoing dialogue because it's something that you don't hear about very often unless you watch the show Shameless. We're going to be talking about agoraphobia. And what does that look like? How does it present? What type of people may have it? Some history of it. Some people that you probably didn't know that had it. And then what are the different modalities that exist for it? And how does cannabis help? How does psychedelics help? So we're going to dig into that over time because it's a real condition. We have real live patients to share their stories on this. Anyway, so with that being said, join us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Nurse Carrie Lee and I will be on at 9 a.m. And remember, everyone, what it's all about. It's about living your best life and helping others do the same.